Welcome back to another YouTube video. My name's Thomas Gelder.
Let's suppose that you were able every night to dream any dream you wanted.
Well, something is going to happen to me that I don't know what it's going to be. Well, that was pretty great.
So in today's video, by the way, I've used autofocus because I always use manual focus, but I always get it wrong at some point. I have to do like 10 million takes, so I'm just going to put my trust in autofocus. Today we're going to talk about sound production, how sound can add value to your project. Yes, your project. Now I was a sucker for this, honestly. I never used sound production. I didn't understand the importance of it. It's only recently, actually, in my few recent projects that I've actually started to use it more often. In fact, if you ask any filmmaker, like any, they'll say sound production is up there above everything, above the camera, above everything else, because sound is what adds value and adds tension and adds that emotion that you're trying to portray. Along that, it also adds realism. So when you hear someone running in a film, you'll hear the footsteps. Now, that's sound production. If you didn't have that, it wouldn't sound realistic. The whole point of a film and a production is to make it sound realistic as possible. So let me break it down for you. Recently, I was working on a ball. The theme was time-lapse, so I had to come up with something unique, something diverse, a lot of sound effects to make it sound like it's going through time, a lot of shoof, shoof, bush effects. So I'm bring up an example now of what I did start with, and I kept adding layers and layers and layers and layers to it until I was satisfied. So on the ending of this event, I did a time warp, like a reverse time warps of going through time and space, basically. And here is the clip by itself. So just to bring context to the actual video. So at the start of the video, I start with the clock. And at the end of the video, I finish with the clock. The whole reasoning is because it starts during the day, old footage, and ends with the modern footage at night time. I want to show that journey and the process throughout the whole of the video. I wanted it to feel like it was actually going through time and space and through different time periods. So here is a quick hyperlapse montage without any music or nothing. So now we're going to add music and see how that adds value. So now we've got the music, we can kind of work with it more. We've got an emotion, we've got a beat that goes to the actual footage. So what you can do is add pitch shifter. Now what this does is it adds a higher tone or a lower tone to the music. So you can either make it go really high pitch or really low pitch. And this sounds like it's going through time and space if you manipulate it going up and down. Now this has added a lot of value to the footage. It adds to the time travel kind of vibe we're trying to go for here. So secondly, I was looking for some time warp sound effects, some swooshy sounds. So the way to do this is I just went on YouTube and typed in swoosh sound effects. Or I know Sam Calder uses a lot of the sound effects. So I typed in Sam Calder transition sound effects. And I found a pack full of sound effects that fit perfectly to what I was doing. So I bring these into the editing software. Find a swoosh that you find appropriate to the footage, add it to the footage, play it back and see how it sounds. Now as you can see, it's already sounding 10 times better. It's adding more and more layers to the actual footage. And what it's doing is it's creating emotion, it's creating a feel. People feel intrigued, feel like they're part of the video, part of the time travel. So what else I did, as you can see, the clock is the main subject within the video, it's the main subject within the theme. So what I decided to do is get a ticking clock sound effect and add that to the video. So that's another layer added. So once I've added that, let's hear how it sounds now. Now that sounds bang on for me. I I could have added 10 times more stuff, but for now, this is just an example video. So for this example, that fits perfectly. There is another way of doing this type of production sound. It's where people edit a film or edit a short film or edit a project, and then they do the sound effects afterwards to the actual video. So by that I mean, they'll edit it all up, they'll watch it back, and as they're watching it, they'll try to do the sound effects to the right timing. This way is very time consuming, and you probably need to spend a bit of money to get the right sound effects you want with the right equipment, but it's possible. This also helps with your skills, your filmmaking skills, your sound effects skills, your sound production skills. So this way is actually a much more valuable way of doing things. Yes, it's time consuming, but everything's time consuming in the media industry. If you want to make a good project, it's going to take time. And on that note, I'm going to sign out. Make sure you follow me on Instagram. Make sure you start doing some more sound production, quality stuff. And I'll see you guys next time. Oh yes, crossfade transition.